CASEOH stared at the screen. His fingers danced across the keyboard, chat window buzzing, fans going wild. He was in the zone, gaming god. Then it hit him, hunger. Like a ninja it crept in. CASEOH's stomach growled. He needed sustenance. Now. Hold on, chat, CASEOH mumbled. Food coma beckoned, but what to order? The struggle was real. Pizza? Nah, too greasy. Chinese? Last time wasn't pretty. Then it hit him. Chipotle, burrito bliss. He could practically taste the savory goodness. Decision made. Game on. CASEOH wasn't known for his restraint, especially when it came to food. He navigated to the Chipotle app, fingers flying. He wasn't just hungry, he was ravenous, a beast yearning to be fed. One burrito wouldn't cut it, neither would 2, or 10. No, this called for drastic measures, 500 burritos. CASEOH chuckled. That ought to do it, but wait, something was missing. A side of chaos, a symphony of sour cream and guacamole. Nachos. 500 orders of cheesy, crunchy heaven. He smashed the order button. Victory, now the agonizing wait. 4 hours, 4 long, agonizing hours. An eternity in gamer time. Every second felt like a minute, every minute like an hour. CASEOH's stomach was eating itself. The growls were loud enough to be heard over his gaming headset. Where was his darn food? He had ordered it ages ago, or at least it felt that way. He tried to focus on the game. Impossible. His vision blurred. His fingers trembled. He had to know. The hunger was too distracting. Was his order lost in the digital abyss? Had the app glitched out, sending his precious burritos into a void? Had a pack of hungry raccoons intercepted his burritos? The thought was both absurd and terrifying. He dialed the Chipotle hotline. A bored voice answered. CASEOH unleashed his fury. His patience had run out. "Where is my order, man? I've been waiting for ages." His voice was a mix of anger and desperation. "I've been waiting for ages," he repeated, hoping to convey the urgency of his situation.
The voice on the other end sighed. "Dude, chill, it's just food, it's Chipotle, not a teleportation device. Your order's coming, just hang tight."
"Rude much?" he muttered under his breath, feeling more annoyed than ever. Little did he know, the real chaos was yet to come. The streets were a mess, the kitchen was in overdrive, and his burritos were caught in the middle of it all. Section 4. The Porcelain Apocalypse. The doorbell finally rang. 6 hours late. I had been waiting all day, my stomach growling louder with each passing hour. The anticipation was unbearable. I was ready to wage war. A war against hunger, a battle I had been preparing for since the morning. My resolve was unshakable.
He flung open the door with a sense of urgency, as if his life depended on it. A mountain of Chipotle bags greeted him. It was a sight to behold, a feast fit for a king. He dragged the feast inside, each bag heavier than the last. The smell was intoxicating, his eyes gleamed with unholy hunger. It was time to indulge in the ultimate culinary experience.
I devoured burritos like a man possessed. Each bite was a victory, each wrapper a testament to my conquest. Nachos vanished in a flurry of cheese and salsa. It was a whirlwind of flavors, a dance of textures.
Then it hit him, a rumble in his depths, a warning sign of the storm to come, a churning storm in his bowels, the kind that makes you question every life choice that led to this moment. He lurched towards the bathroom. The porcelain throne awaited. It was a race against time. What followed was beyond description, a symphony of regret and relief, a cacophony of chaos. Let's just say, the toilet didn't stand a chance. Neither did the bathroom, or the apartment. It was the porcelain apocalypse.
Section 5. When dinner fights back, the city was in chaos. A tidal wave of, well, surged through the streets. Buildings crumbled, cars were swept away, people screamed.
The authorities were called. The National Guard, the FBI, even Chuck Norris showed up. Nothing could stop the brown tsunami.
I emerged from the wreckage of my apartment building. Surveying the scene, a proud, if slightly nauseated, smile spread across my face. I had created this. I was the king of carnage, the emperor of excrement, but my reign was far from over. Section 6. Judgment Day, and it's brown. Arkansas was gone, wiped off the map. It was as if the state had never existed, erased in an instant by an unimaginable force. The people, the buildings, the history, all vanished in the blink of an eye, consumed by the great poop tsunami, a wave so massive, so overwhelming, it swallowed everything in its path. Streets turned into rivers, homes became islands, and the air was filled with the stench of despair. Somehow, I was still alive, standing at the edge of the abyss. I had conquered all. Against all odds, I had survived the cataclysm, looking down into the void that had claimed so many. My heart raced, my mind was a whirlwind of thoughts, but I stood tall, victorious.
But his victory was short-lived. The euphoria of survival quickly faded, replaced by an ominous feeling. The ground beneath him trembled, and the sky darkened, signaling that his ordeal was far from over. A blinding light engulfed him. It was as if the heavens themselves had opened up, casting a divine spotlight on his weary form. The light was so intense it felt like it was piercing through his very soul. He was whisked away to the pearly gates. The gates stood tall and majestic, shimmering with an ethereal glow. It was a sight to behold, a place of ultimate judgment and eternal rest.
"CASEOH, for your sins, you are denied entry." The words echoed through the air, final and unyielding. The gates began to close, sealing his fate with a resounding thud.
And with a flick of his wrist, CASEOH was cast down. The descent was swift and merciless, a free fall into the unknown. The wind roared in his ears, and the world became a blur of colors and sounds. Down, down into the fiery depths. The heat was unbearable, the flames licking at his skin. It was a descent into pure agony, a punishment befitting his sins. He landed with a thud. The impact was jarring, knocking the wind out of him. He lay there, dazed and disoriented, the reality of his situation slowly sinking in.
"Welcome to hell, kid." The voice was gruff and menacing, a fitting welcome to his new home. The landscape was a nightmarish vision of fire and brimstone, a place of eternal torment.
But before he could even utter a word, CASEOH exploded. The force of the explosion was unimaginable, a cataclysmic event that shook the very foundations of hell. It was the biggest, loudest, most disgusting explosion the universe had ever known. And then, silence. The aftermath was a scene of utter devastation, a testament to the sheer power of the blast. The world was at peace. The chaos had subsided, replaced by a serene calm. Nature began to heal, and the scars of the past slowly faded away. The reign of CASEOH was over. His tyranny had come to an end, and a new era of peace and prosperity began. The world could finally breathe a sigh of relief, and everyone lived happily ever after. The people rejoiced, celebrating their newfound freedom. It was a time of joy and unity, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, except maybe the folks in Arkansas. But hey, nobody's perfect. They had a long road to recovery, but they faced it with courage and determination, ready to rebuild and start anew.